Hi, welcome to Cece's Cosmetic Chaos. This is a collab that I'm late on. It's a collab that's called a look inspired by a song or Face the Music. Nona from My So-Called Life 77 and Lori from Hanging Out with Lori are also in this collab with me. They put up two wonderful looks on the 25th, and I was under the weather and still am a little bit. My life is just chaotic. Anyhow, so the song this month was chosen by Lori, and the song was We Are the World. So in thinking about this song, I was trying to think about the world, and I was thinking about people of every race and every creed, every color, etc. And I also thought about the world itself, the planets, the rivers, the trees, the rivers, the trees, the animals, etc. Nature has always really inspired me, and the colors of the earth looking back from space to the planet Earth, or our world, is sort of where I'm coming from with this collab, or this idea for this collab. I feel like everybody has a responsibility to make sure the earth lasts and lasts and lasts. We don't own the earth, we borrow it from our grandchildren. I think that's an old American Indian proverb or something like that. So I already have my primer on, and I put some color corrector on, and I'm just getting started with that. So Lori, Hanging Out with Lori, her channel, I really like her channel. She does all sorts of really neat things on there. She has a fragrance, she has 2 or 3 fragrance types of videos. She has different types of like weekly panning videos. She has one called Saturday Singles. She has whole project pan videos that I think she draws different things in every week. She does a lot of neat looks, and she just does she just does a lot of neat, interesting stuff and interesting collabs. What Nona does is she wins everything. If there's a giveaway and Nona's entered, she'll win it. And so she has a lot of hauls, and she does some different things too. She does a lot of collabs. I think she's like the queen of collabs. They both do a collab called the monthly collab based on the gemstone of the month, which is a neat collab. That's one of the things I was going to try to do, but I can barely get up any videos sometimes. I depend on my husband for camera help, because I don't know what the deal is in our house, but there's either something going on, or there's a noise coming in from outside, or there's lawnmowers, or a kid or a dog or something happening, and I just end up being unable to get decent lighting during the day. And we tried using a ring light for this video, and the camera doesn't stick to the ring light, and whatever, all the worries of doing a YouTube video, I guess. So I have my foundation on. I put my makeup on in a weird order. It's just the order I'm used to. I guess I'll put a eyeshadow primer on. How is the COVID, am I allowed to say that? The quarantine going for all of you? I think I've barely noticed it's been a quarantine, because I still am working. I'm working anywhere from 3 to 4 12-hour shifts a day. I have about an hour drive each way, and a 12.5 or more hour shift after I get there. And for the most part, my unit, I work in critical care, has been taking care of patients that are diagnosed with COVID and need to be on ventilators and such. So it hasn't been the most comfortable working environment. So I'm trying to work through this Ulta Rose Gold palette, and I'm just going to use this shade called Prosecco to go down first over my eye primer. The other thing I have a hard time doing is editing the videos. Like if I walk away from the video and I can't pause it, I don't know how to, and then I don't know how to put them back together. So if anybody has helpful tips and tricks about all that, that would be great. So when I think of the pictures of people looking back from space into our planet, our world, I think of blues and greens, and that is really kind of a tricky, not my typical comfort zone. I'm pretty much a neutral girl. So I'm gonna go with Breathless for my transition crease shade. And I know that Nona pre-films a lot. Maybe I should do that. I've got some time and just do a pre-filming. What else is going on? I guess you guys don't know me very well, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Cece. I'm married. I have a wonderful husband. We just celebrated our 9th anniversary. And when we got married, we went to Maine for the first part of our honeymoon. The second part of our honeymoon was spent in Europe. We went to London and Paris and Switzerland, and we went to Austria, and we went to Germany, and we went to Luxembourg, and a lot of different cool places over there. Did I get them all? Vienna. No, we didn't go to Vienna, we went to Venice. Okay, so then I'm gonna try this light green shade here. So what we did while we were there is my husband, he's a band director for his school, band teacher. And I know how to play the flute, and I also have a degree in music, and so we sang and we played with some groups all over Europe. And we did that for about 17 days. It was a pretty exciting time, and it was a pretty interesting way to see the world. We got to see the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. Got to see Windsor Castle. We got to go to Hard Rock Cafe. We got to see all sorts of different awesome things in the British Library and in the museums. It was just a fantastic honeymoon or trip, because our honeymoon was actually earlier than that. I'm trying to find the brush I want, which is always a challenge. Of course, it's never there when you want it. And then I'm gonna go in with this green shade, the darker green shade. So we do have a child. We have one child, a little girl. She's 5, and she's the joy of our life. We also have 5 dogs. Excuse me, no we don't. We have 4 dogs. Maybe it seems like 5 right now. And they are all varying different. They're bigger dogs. One's a Irish red and white setter, one's a Airedale mixed with a lab, one's a cattle dog mix, and one's a husky. And most of them are rescue dogs. And then so right now at our house we're doing a lot of projects. house projects. We're redoing the living room. We're redoing our yard, which is, it's a huge yard. It's over an acre big or somewhere near there. And so we are building, or I shouldn't say we, my husband is building a fence, picket by picket, so that we have a really beautiful wood fence instead of a metal fence to keep the dogs in. And this is a blue shade. This blue shade right here that I'm just lining with. And then now we have 90-degree weather, so that's a bit much, if you ask me, to be out 95-degree weather doing picket fences. And so that's come to a standstill. We're doing inside projects. Then on top of work just being work, we have a bunch of they're called end of the year competencies, even though here's my shimmer shade here. This is bright blue to represent the oceans. It's literally this thick amount of papers to take care of and turn in to prove that we are competent in our jobs. We have to do it every year. Originally they said we didn't have to do it because of COVID, and then they came back a little while later and said, still have to do it. And I'm just blending things together as well as I can. And I'll put some blush on. Some highlighter. The highlighter I'm using right now is this What's Up. I should probably put this in the cream project pan for the cream products, but I just don't have time to film all this stuff so I don't know. Lori does do some panning. I don't think Nona does a whole lot of project panning. She does a great, like I was just talking about project panning, but Nona does a great like foundation review. I think she does it every Friday with another YouTuber that, for the life of me, I can't remember that person's name right now. And I can find my blush brush. Anyway, they're both great channels, and you should both go check. You should check both of them out. They're wonderful YouTubers. They're wonderful people. Nona and Lori are probably the nicest people I've ever encountered. This fall out. This is mascara. Mascara I've been using lately is this one. It's Too Faced Better Than Sex. I think I hear a little gremlin coming into the room. Is it hot where you guys are? I know that Nona lives down south, and it's probably really hot where she lives. No, I think Lori lives in more northern. This is Clinique lipstick. It's called Bear Pop. It's just a little mini. I got it at Christmas time, and it was in a package that looked like a star. Other things I've thought about doing is a video that's my family chooses my makeup to pan, or my dog chooses my makeup or something. I'm just getting a little more color corrector on here. I'm almost. I think I have a complete look here. It just didn't look the way exactly I wanted it to. Typically as a nurse, you're not wearing a whole lot of colorful eyeshadow at all to work. And actually they told us some of the stuff that we use for personal protective equipment, you shouldn't even wear lotion underneath it because it can break it down and make it less effective. One more little dot of stuff here. Okay, so here's the look. And if anything I talked about sounded interesting to you, leave me some comments down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day. And don't forget to check out Lori's and Nona's channels and videos. Thank you.